Hi, Field School. So, summer is approaching, and I thought, the best way to end the school year for the next 3 weeks is talk about something that we like to do during the summer, which is camping. And so, for the next 3 weeks, we're going to review stuff that we've learned over the course of the year. One is fire building, how to start a safe and efficient fire. So today we're going to talk about fire building. And one thing that some of you will recall over the course of the year is that I discussed with all of you that the best way to start a fire starts with the preparation, gathering all the materials. If you don't take the time, spend the time to gather as much material as you're going to need to start a fire, all you're going to do is light the fire, watch the fire burn out, and then have to look around for more material. So the more time you spend gathering the materials, the more successful you'll be with the actual fire that you are using, either for cooking, warmth, or just gathering people around. So let's talk about what we need for fire. So we need three things for fire. One, we need tinder. Two, we need kindling, and three, we need fuel. So what is tinder? Tinder is dry material such as leaves and grass and small little sticks, something that's very easy to burn. So tinder basically means tiny. Okay. Then you have your kindling. Your kindling are smaller sticks that will catch fire in a hurry. So we always say like a toothpick size up to a pencil size in diameter, so the thickness or how round it is, and that long. And I'll kind of show you in a second. And then you have the fuel. The fuel is what keeps the fire going. All right. The fuel is your bigger material that you place on top of your fire once it gets started, and that's what creates coals for you to cook on or to add more wood for it to burn. So what is tinder? Tinder, dry grass, dry leaves, dry pine needles. Okay. And what you do with this stuff is you lay it right on the bottom of your fire pan or your designated area that you are going to make the fire. Now, kind of before we go any further, a couple of important things is basically what makes good materials. Okay, it should be dead and down, which means that there should be no green in any of the sticks or the grass that you use. Green means that there's water in there. All right, so water we know doesn't burn, it just likes to smoke. The drier the material, the better off it'll be making the fire. The other thing too is when I say down, all wood should be down. Even if you find a tree or a stump that is upright, that is dead, that that's a home for a lot of animals that live in the dead down wood. So it's got to be dead on the ground, and there should be no life in it, which means that it should not be green. Okay. So the other thing too, when we're starting a fire, we want to make sure that the area is safe. Okay, and there's a few things to make sure that we look out for. You notice I have a fire pan right now, and there's not a whole lot I have to worry about right here. But when you're in the woods, you want to make sure that when you are going to start a fire, that everything is clear. So what that means is that anything that can catch on fire by mistake, all right, or by accident, is removed from the area that you're going to start a fire. So if there's any dry leaves around, dry grass, you want to make sure that all that is really pushed away from the area that you are going to start a fire. Okay. The other thing to take into consideration is it a safe place to have a fire? Meaning, is it really a dry area that you're going to have a fire? Is there lots of trees that are around? Is there lots of dry grass, dry leaves? And also, are the conditions right? So if it's really, really windy out, do we really necessarily want to make a fire if the wind is going to be a contributing factor to sparks flying around and possibly catching grass outside of our fire ring on fire. So there's a couple of definite safety things that you definitely need to think about before starting a fire. So going back to what we are using to start the fire, we have what is called tinder. Tinder is really, really dry, tiny stuff like leaves, grass, and also pine needles, okay? And this is the perfect time of the year to find all this material that's drying down. We don't have to worry about the winter and the snow and all that. We might have to worry about a little bit of rain, but after a while, all this stuff dries out. Once you have your tinder collected, then you have your kindling. And kindling is stuff that is very easy to catch fire, okay? Something very, very small that you can lay on top of your fire once it gets going, okay? All this stuff, basically you are going to build up to larger size pieces of wood. So if you can see right here, I have 3 piles of wood, okay? I have my big bag full of tinder, okay? This is all my dry stuff. Then I have 3 different piles of wood, okay? And this is all kindling moving up to the fuel, the larger pieces of wood right here. You add this in order of size, okay? This is what you're doing to create a bigger flame and to create coals. Coals are what is going to allow the fire to continue to burn. Now, one thing that we do know about fire, fire needs oxygen. Fire needs to breathe, okay? So, once I assemble all this, I'll talk a little bit more about the actual what it needs, what fire needs in order to keep going. And then we're going to go through the process of setting up one style of fire, and we'll go from there. All right, Field School. So I spent some time to basically get our fire configuration set up so it's easy for me to light. So like I said, we have our tinder on the bottom, and then I use the smaller pieces of wood, which is our kindling, to create like a teepee, okay? And the teepee, the best thing about the teepee is it allows oxygen and air to flow from every direction, which means it's feeding the fire, building the coal, and helping it burn. Now, before I go ahead and light this, I want to explain to you a couple of things that I did in preparation for this as far as safety goes. So I have a bucket of water, and the reason why I have the bucket of water is just in case I need to put this out in a hurry, okay? So it's always good to have a bucket of water or a water source nearby when starting this. I have, at Field School, we've been actually using flint and steel quite a bit. I actually do not have flint and steel, so I have a lighter and I have matches. This is the one thing I want to make sure that you all hear and understand, that lighters and matches, even flint and steel, you need to have an adult with you or an adult close by to watch you, to assist you, to help you start a fire. Got it? Good. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start this fire. I'm going to start this fire. I'm going to actually use a lighter. That's what I prefer. And you're going to see how quickly this catches and is ready to go. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to light the tinder. It's going to catch the kindling, and I'm going to consistently add to it. So while I have this started and going, I'm going to make sure that I have my tinder still close by, because sometimes you need to add tinder in order to get the kindling to start and to catch. So we're going to, hopefully it won't need any more tinder, and I'll have this for next time. But right now, as you can see, I have all the material set up in front of me, ready to go in order to start this fire. So it means that I don't have to go run off to the woods to collect more material to keep this going. You never want to leave a fire unattended, because that's when things can happen that you don't want to have happen, such as catching something on fire that's close to you. So once you have this kindling or the tinder started, you can start to add the small pieces of kindling, all right? That toothpick size kindling. And this is what builds the coals. This is what allows the fire to keep going until you move to the larger pieces of your wood, which is called the fuel. So there you go, Field School. There's the start of the fire. If we had about another 30 minutes to do this video, I could show you. I could use all this wood, keep the fire going, and then eventually roast marshmallows for you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you soon.